Hello YouTube, long time no see. I know I haven't made a video in about 2 months, probably, something like that. And I just wanted to say that I'm back and I am ready to be making more videos and more content for your viewing. And I'm quite excited. And today I'm going to be talking about something that I think a lot of you will really enjoy listening to. It's something that is near and dear to my heart, and it would be Disney Channel movies. Who doesn't love Disney Channel movies? They just make you feel good, whether they're just a regular movie or a musical. They just fill you with joy and they make you happy and you just want to watch them over and over again. It just holds a special place in your heart. I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite Disney Channel movies from 1 to 10. But I'm going to go backwards. So, the number one coveted spot will be the best in my eyes. And I will obviously be leaving some out because I can't fit all the greatness that there is into just 10. But these are the ones that came to my head and I will tell you why I love them so much. So, ranking in at number 10 is Cowbells. Like, Cowbells I feel was a little underrated. Like, it wasn't talked about as much as some of the other ones, but it is so great. It has Allie and AJ, dynamic duo of sisters who sing beautifully. They don't sing in the movie, but you should definitely go listen to their music. I love them. They were my second concert ever, first being Raven-Symoné, keeping it in the Disney family. But Cowbells was so great, and it was like about these two really rich girls and their dad owned this dairy factory, and then he gets like lost on some trip and they have to go work in the dairy factory and help out, and they are not used to working at all, and about them trying to find out what happened to their dad and trying to navigate the working life. And it's a great comedy, so I suggest you watch Cowbells. Number 9, Jumpin. And it starred Corbin Bleu and Keke Palmer. And I love Corbin Bleu from High School Musical, you know, I love him. I actually met him when I was 13 years old, and he was a concert that I went to also, like one of my first concerts, but I met him when I was 13, super cool dude, and I love Keke Palmer, and it's about two unlikely pairs, a girl who loves jump roping and a boxer, and they come together and they form a jump roping team. And it's all about him trying to overcome what people say about him, you know, and judging him and just doing what he loves to do. And that's a really great message. Number 8 is Read It and Weep. Read It and Weep was so great for so many reasons, and one of the reasons I love Jason Dolley in it, he's in so many Disney Channel movies and shows if you think about it. Like, he's been on there for so long, and I think he's absolutely hilarious. And then it has Danielle and Kay Panabaker, and it's about a girl who writes in her diary about all the things happening in her school and, you know, the people she likes, who she doesn't like, the drama, the cliques, and she has an alter ego, and her alter ego, you know, is so cool, and that's who the book is. That's who's in the book, who's her. But this journal, this diary, like her diary, her personal thoughts, gets published in the school newspaper, and then it gets turned into a book and it becomes a bestseller. Like, who wouldn't want to have a best-selling book in high school, but then at the same time you're like, that's my diary, that is private. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, and then at the same time not at all. But her alter ego kind of comes up, and that's played by her sister Danielle Panabaker, and it's like you see both of them but nobody else can see her. I'm probably explaining it confusingly, but it is a great movie, and it's just kind of her navigating, like, what do I do now that my secret's out of what I think of everybody. And she changed the names in the diary in the book, but people eventually kind of find out who is who and what she said about them. So, a little awkward. Ranking in at number 7 is Starstruck. Who did not have a crush on Sterling Knight back then? Like, that was just, you just had a crush on Sterling Knight when he was in Sunny with a Chance and he was Chad Dylan Cooper, Mackenzie Falls. I wish that was a real show. I would so totally watch that. But, and then he was in Starstruck, and I would have been starstruck if I was the girl in that movie. She acted like she didn't really care about him. It was Danielle Campbell and Sterling Knight, And basically, her sister is like this huge mega fan of Sterling Knight's character, and she just doesn't really care at all, and they go and visit Hollywood, and she ends up meeting him, and you know, he kind of likes her, but she's like, I don't really care about the Hollywood famous scene, and so they become like an unlikely pair of friends, but they have to be secret friends because he's famous and everything. And she kind of likes him, but she doesn't want to admit it, and there's like music woven in, and he sings to her. I love that movie. Also, I met Abby Cobb, who was in that movie, and she is played the best friend of the sister who was crazy about him. And so I'll also insert a picture of me and her. She's super sweet, and I love her in that movie. She's so funny. Number 6. Number 6 is Lemonade Mouth. Lemonade Mouth is a musical, and while it isn't a Disney Channel original movie, it was based off a book, and then they made it for a movie on Disney Channel. It has such a great cast, and I know I'm saying that about everyone because everybody on Disney Channel is so talented, but Lemonade Mouth just makes you feel so empowered when you watch it. Like, it's about, I think there's like 5 of them, 5 unlikely friends come together. They all go to the same high school, but it's a huge high school, and they've never really met each other. And some of them are kind of shy, some of them are outgoing, some of them are afraid to be who they are, and there's things they love that they've never really shared with people, and they all get put into detention. I know, a little Breakfast Club thing going on, which I never really thought about. And they all get put into detention, and they learn that they all love music. And when they put their love for music together, it is explosive, and they are amazing, and they form a band called Lemonade Mouth. And it's all about them just, you know, do what you love, stand up for what you love, come together with people who you have things in common with, or people who you don't have things in common with, and find a common ground to just, you know, be passionate about things together. And I absolutely love that movie and that soundtrack. It is so great. Number 5, Hatching Pete. Hatching Pete is such a cute, funny movie, and again, it has Jason Dolley in it. And it has Mitchell Musso, so they're best friends, and you know, they're both hilarious, so they're so great together. And it's all about this guy who is the mascot, Hatching Pete. He's the mascot, so he's like a chicken, and you know, he is not really the most popular. There's this cheerleader he really likes, but you know, can't really get her to notice him, and then he's really not that good at being the mascot, which kind of stinks because his whole family, like, it's been passed down that like you will be the mascot, and his father, but you know, he's just not that good at it, so his friend fills in for him. His friend is amazing at doing it, and everybody loves him, so he kind of gets the credit for it, but he's like, hey, that was actually me. And so it's all about kind of like mistaken identities, but it's really funny. And will he get the girl, and will they work out their friendship? So I definitely suggest you watch Hatching Pete, because I think it's a movie for anyone. Number 4, we're getting closer to the number 1 coveted spot. Number 4 is Radio Rebel. Debbie Ryan, I think, is basically the epitome of what is cool and what is awesome. I stalk her Tumblr every day, if we're being honest, I do. She is just so passionate and so, I don't know, when she talks about things that she loves, I can like feel that love like radiate, and I just feel like she is such a cool, good person, and she makes such amazing things, like anything she acts in or anything that she does music with. And if you go to her Tumblr, and you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling like I do, you will see a lot of her writing. And she's such a talented writer, like things that must go on in her mind. But basically, I got a little off track, but basically, Debbie Ryan is in this movie, and she is Radio Rebel. And Radio Rebel is a girl that is an anonymous radio DJ and shares music she loves, talks about how she feels about things, and nobody knows it's her, not even her family, not even her friends, and because there's like a voice changer on it, and Radio Rebel kind of blows up, and she gets put on air, and you know, there's this mean girl that, you know, kind of thinks it's who she is, and there's this guy she likes, and will she share who she really is? Will she tell everybody? Because there's this really evil principal after them that just gets on my nerve. It's like, let them do what they want to do. It's not hurting anybody. It's just a radio show talking about what they love, but it's a really great movie. It's also another really empowering movie to stand up and not be afraid of who you are and just, you know, share yourself with the world. She loves being Radio Rebel, so she needs to share that with everyone. Now my top 3. I am now in the top 3. Top 3, we're gonna group 3 movies into this top 3 spot, and you'll see why, because it is the Cheetah Girls 1, 2, and 3. I'm just gonna put them all together because they're a franchise, but like you heard, if you watched my What I Got for Christmas video this year, which I will link down below, I probably mentioned the Cheetah Girls probably like 5 times. But that's just an indication about how I relate things to the Cheetah Girls, because basically Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters, friends for life, you know, amigas, cheetahs. I am an amigas, cheetahs. If you want to be one too, we can be Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters together. But the Cheetah Girls, I still listen to the Cheetah Girls music to this day. I'm 17 years old. I don't remember when it came out, but I will wear cheetah print and feel like a cheetah girl. I will listen to the Cheetah Girls and feel like a cheetah girl, because it's also empowering and it's great, and nothing like 4 best friends bonding. Even though Raven Simone wasn't in the 3rd one, that still makes me really sad, but they still are wonderful. And so then number 2, we're gonna put 2 movies together, because it is Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2, the final jam. Camp Rock 1 and 2, like, their soundtracks, like I've been saying about most of them, are just so great. It's like when we first are introduced, it's like when I was first introduced to Demi Lovato, and Demi Lovato is, I also met Demi Lovato, and she's my favorite singer. I love all she stands for and like who she is, and she's one of the sweetest people. I'll probably insert a picture of me and her too when I saw her at her concert last September 2014. And then the Jonas Brothers. Who doesn't love the Jonas Brothers? I still have a crush on the Jonas Brothers, because if you don't, why? They're still great. They're still amazing. Comment down below and tell me who your favorite Jonas Brother was, because they're all great and hilarious, but my favorite is most definitely Nick, so comment down below, because I want to know who your favorite Jonas Brother is. But anyways, Camp Rock is about a girl who is shy and she's never really shared her music before, but she wants people to know that she sings and that she loves it. So it is her dream to go to a camp where there's tons of other people that feel the exact same way that she does. And so her mom gets hired as a cook there, and she is like, okay, well, you get to go to the camp because I'm gonna be working there. And so then, but there's these mean girls and they're nasty to her. They try and get her to just be basically clones of them. And you should never be a clone of anybody, because then who even are you? You don't want a million of the same thing. That just gets boring. You want to be yourself, because you're the only person you can be, and you're the best person you can be if you're yourself. But anyways, and then she meets the Jonas Brothers, and they're in the movie, and they come together and they sing and they make music and they make camp memories and they bond. And I still wish they would have done a 3rd movie. So let's make that 3rd movie. Let's make our dreams come true. But we are ready for the number one spot, and I really hope you know where I'm going with this one. The number 1 spot is also 3 movies grouped into one. It is High School Musical. High School Musical will probably forever be my favorite movie. Don't care how old I get, it will be my favorite movie because it is just so great. I mean, I really don't care what people say when they say that they don't like it, because I know that I love it so much. And it's about, if you don't know what it's about, like I've been describing these movies, but basically it's about this girl and this guy, and they meet at a ski lodge on New Year's Eve, and they find out that they sing together really well, and then she ends up going to his high school, and like it's all about people trying to just, you know, they're trying to fit in, they're trying to just make their way through high school, you know, whatever, let's get through this. But then they realize they realize they're better when they're together. That just rhymed and it probably sounded really cheesy. We're all in this together, you know? Basically, that's what I'm saying. And so they realize they're better when they work together and they put all the drama aside and they just come together and make music. And it's wonderful. Because, little story, last April Fool's was the worst because they announced there was going to be a High School Musical 4. And then I totally believed it, and they're like Zach and Vanessa are signed on, and Troy and Gabrielle will probably get married in the movie in High School Musical 4, and it'll show what their life's like after college. And then all of a sudden I go down, I'm like, this is gonna be the best thing that has ever happened. And then I scroll down and it's like, oh, April Fools. So they just took away that joy and my spirits were crushed. But you know, High School Musical will still live on forever, even if they don't make a 4th movie. But High School Musical is just my number one. My number one. I was totally Sharpay for Halloween. Probably for more than 1 year. But that's my video. That is my top 10 favorite Disney Channel movies of all time. And there's obviously more, but that is just how I would rank them. And so if you're watching this video, next time you get a free chance, I suggest you go have a Disney Channel movie marathon, because I'll probably be doing the same, and we can both watch Disney Channel and we can feel happy. Also, if you guys like this hair and makeup look that I did, I will probably be doing a tutorial on how to do this soon, and so totally check back for that or comment down below. And I really hope you guys are having a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.